How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 19 Chapter 6. This is Season 19 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 6. In this episode, we will be exploring ways of expanding our consensual reality. In the episode before last, we talk about how direct ground, or faith, involves or permits the expansion of one's consensual reality. However, we failed to properly explain the how. I will endeavor to do so with this podcast. Action based upon faith involves the projection of an expectation of an event which is nominally outside your control. This may come in two forms. First, it may be an expectation about some event or occurrence in the environment or in a human system. Second, it may be an expectation about another actor, regarding whom you have no control or influence. For the fulmination of the first type of expectation, there must be a recognition that supposition, what is meant by faith here, that is, the positing of some future prediction, grounded by nothing more than the force or propulsion of one's reliance, makes it more probable. There are many passages in religious texts which verify this. We have all heard the famous statement in Matthew 17:20, "And he said to them, because of your meager faith. For truly I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." This again, to return to the podcast before last, describes a kind of faith which moves mountains, but yet is unhinged, unattached, undirected, which has substance only as a propellant. It is a faith in and of itself, not yet a faith in a God. And thus, the point made by the many miracles of Jesus is one of boundless faith dominating the substance of being, inserting faith itself into the machinery of reality. But, faith in another, projection of an expectation about some future event which involves other actors, requires a recognition of them, an acceptance of their agency of free will, of autonomy, and yet, once again, is an expectation that is scalar, lacking direction, connection, limitation. It is the propulsive faith, the projected faith, supported only by one's reliance upon it. Such faith or direct ground, or supposition, recognizes that an expectation of some future event will occur even though there is no logical reason for it to occur. Thus, faith expands or sews together two consensual realities rightly because it recognizes the all in us, the God consciousness, which suggests that we comprehend the minds of each other, even over great distances, or over time. Faith of this kind is tantamount to a recognition of the all-in-all principle. Now, my final point, if you have ever noticed that it is when your guard is down, when you're absorbed into the subject matter of some diversion, when you are distracted completely and lost from your surroundings, it is then that people will approach you, it is then when new experiences will greet you. And there is a simple reason for this. The loss of self-consciousness is the contraction of your consensuality, which is infiltrated with your judgments, as explained in an earlier podcast, that is the limitations you put on others entering your consensual reality. Thus, it can be said that gateways are composed of common feelings, yes, but they are composed of common non-consensual feelings, unconscious impulses, which draw together people who would consensually excuse themselves. And the reason again, is that in this distracted state, your impulses are withdrawn from your environment and fixated on some narrow substrate of experience. In effect, by immersing your subjectivity into some substrate, through the willing suspension of disbelief, you attain a God consciousness created by the mere fact of your authenticity in that moment. For in that God consciousness, free of any limitation, free of your consciously held self-attributions, you attain a freedom from your own judgment, which is far more limiting than your judgments of others. Thus, in this state you are eminently approachable, your impulses are cast into the fabric of some substrate rather than the world around you. As you lose yourself, you will find yourself, and others will find you too. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.